nobody in here. Have somebody recording if there's nobody else in here.
Just come in and see.
You're going to get some directions here in a minute, but if you'll look, there are already some directions on the board. You need to be sure that's taken care of. And say we'll go from there.
Pretty sure we left off on page 21, so if you'll turn there and read through it, and we're going to go through to try to understand before we start. Sit over here somewhere. My back will be to you.
They're supposed to come in. Don't touch it. That shouldn't be right.
Well, you can sit here and then we have to sign this stuff.
If you get scooted around a much, it will come through. It'll be all right.
You came in after we said go ahead and finish up Ricky Tikki Tavi. I think page 21 is where we left off. I think is where we left off. I think we got through the bathroom scene, and he finds him in the bathroom. Yes. Okay, go ahead and try to, okay, just start, well, we're going to go over the whole story in just a second anyway, try to refresh you guys' memories because it's been a week. So, just try to finish it if you were here. If not, just look over your worksheets, okay? Make sure everybody has a pen or a pencil on your desk because we're going to fill out that pyramid.
Maybe a like us.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start in just a minute. Today, as long as we're polite, raise our hand. I don't care if anybody asks a question. This is going to be pretty much just me giving you this information, and I'm going to fill out this sheet with you. But like I said, it has been a week since we visited this story, so if you do have any questions, don't be afraid to ask, because I want you guys to understand this. And it's not going to bother me at all to stop. Okay, well, let's I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Does anybody remember, can you give me a summary of what happened in the story?
There was, what's it called?
A mongoose.
And he got, really good with English because he came into like Africa and he stumbled upon
India.
India.
Yeah.
And he had stumbled upon their house and he had made friends with them. And then he went out into their garden thing. And he had learned that two snakes had been attacking the other sheep animals in the garden. And so he'd already killed one of them, one of them.
Correct?
Yeah.
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 Well, yeah, and then he kills Nag, so that's correct. Okay, good. Anybody want to add to that? Yeah.
He eats, or he kills the snake eggs.
Yes, good, good. That happens towards the end. He crushes all the eggs but one. Why does he leave one egg?
As a prize to get the board back.
Good. What were you gonna say?
I don't know the word, but so you can use it again.
Okay. Because he wants to lure Nagaina, okay? Remember, he kills Nag, and that's Nagaina's husband, it's her mate. And she's angry. She's like, you know, well, I'm gonna attack the family anyway, I'm mad. He's killed my husband. So he crushes all of her eggs to make matters worse. Well, he leaves one just so he can lure her back to the burrow, away from the British family that she's gonna attack, okay? And ultimately kills her and saves the day. All right, up in your right-hand corner of this sheet right here, everybody should have one. Looks like the title and the author's name. I'm gonna write it bigger on the board. Rudyard Kipling actually lived in India. I'm pretty sure he was born there. So he's got good experience in that region. And if you guys ever heard of the Jungle Book, this short story came out of that. If you guys ever saw the Disney movie, I'm pretty sure Disney made it. So very similar. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, we're gonna do a little review. Wait, what? Okay. Character review. Ricky Tikki Tavi, he's our mongoose. And then we have the British family and the little boy, Teddy. And I don't think his parents or their names are mentioned. It's just the lady and the big man. And Nag and Nagaina, they're the cobras. And then we have another snake named Karit, and Chuchundra the muskrat, and Darcy the tailor bird. Now Chuchundra, I'm pretty sure, Chuchundra and Darcy, they're not in the story a whole lot. They're minor characters. You have your major characters and your minor characters. Ricky Tikki Tavi would be a major character. And then these guys, they're minor because they don't really, they add to the story, but they're not a big part of it. Chuchundra offers like a contrast to Ricky Tikki. You guys know what that means? He's the opposite. He's cowardly, and he only comes out at night because he's afraid he's going to get eaten. He makes Ricky Tikki look bigger and stronger because he's so cowardly. And Darcy the tailor bird, all this bird can do is sing. He can't do much else. You know, he wants Ricky Tikki to kind of do all the dirty work and kill the cobras for him, but he doesn't want to put a hand in it. So all he does when we see in the story is he just sings and sings. Whenever they think Ricky Tikki has died, he sings a sad song. Whenever Ricky Tikki comes back, he sings a happy song. But we can kind of see that Ricky Tikki's annoyed with him because he's like, hey man, like I'm doing all the dirty work and you're not even helping me kill these cobras. So we'll see that.
The dusty plains of southern India.
This is to kind of give you guys an image of what these animals look like. We're going to watch a mongoose and a cobra fight.
It's an unusual face. In one corner, the cobra. Spectacled cobras can grow up to more than 7 feet in length. Their venom attacks the nerves, which can kill a human in as little as 30 minutes. Cobras are normally shy, but when threatened, they can become very aggressive. especially when a furry predator starts sniffing around. In the other corner, the mongoose. At first glance, this curious mammal may not look like much competition for a cobra. But the Indian gray mongoose is quite the predator itself, and its lightning-fast reflexes and big hide have enabled it to add snakes like the cobra to its list of favored foods. The snake tries to warn the mongoose away, making use of that famous hood and raspy hiss. But the mongoose is persistent and on the hunt. When the mongoose moves into attack, the cobra strikes and misses. Again and again. Each time, the mongoose dances just out of reach. But when the mongoose attacks, he doesn't miss. Snake will be on the menu tonight. Rudyard Kipling would be proud.
Okay.
Do you guys catch that? In there. Okay, before we go on to the summary, we got in this bottom left-hand corner, it says characters. So let's go ahead and fill that out. I'm not going to be able to write as much as you guys, so I'll try to. Here we go. So we got Ricky Tikki Tavi, mongoose, and British family. Teddy's the boy. And we have the cobras. Correct. Shuchandra. And Darcy. You good? No? Okay, I'll wait. Some of the words in this is kind of lengthy, so if you just abbreviate or just write the main point, that'll be fine too. But I was trying to give enough detail because it's been a while. Good now? Okay. Let's try to get through that plan. Okay. We're going to go through this story again quickly. Okay. So, in the beginning, we have our setting established, right? Ricky Tikki, well, it's the exposition. Remember from your, I kind of did this as a mountain, but it's from Freytag's Pyramid. And you guys have a sheet on there with those terms just in case you don't remember, and we'll go through them again too. But remember, he almost drowns in a summer storm. Okay, he gets washed away by his family, and the British family find him. And he's not conscious. And Teddy's like, let's have a funeral for him. We see this little boy, he's so innocent, he wants to care for this animal. Probably if we saw it, we'd be like, that's gross, and not want to touch it. But this little boy really cares for him, okay? Instead of dying, he's saved by a British family and nursed back to health. So the next day, he wakes up and he goes to explore their garden out behind the bungalow. Remember that word? Bungalow for their house. And he encounters the two cobras who do not like the idea of a snake killer in their garden, okay? This has been their territory. They're the head honchos in this area, and they don't like the idea of somebody else coming in and keeping them from doing what they want to do. Okay, so while he's in the garden, there's this other snake, Karit, another minor character. He's just to add foreshadowing to the climax, who Teddy's really curious about. Teddy gets way too close, And this is kind of Ricky Tiki's chance to prove himself. And he just goes nuts on Corette and kills him because he's afraid he's going to hurt the little boy. To make matters worse, that night, Nag attempts to kill the British family in their sleep. Ricky and Nag fight, and Nag dies, okay? So he's killed the male cobra now at this point. So he's killed Corette, and now he's killed Nag. So he's feeling pretty good about himself, feeling kind of confident. And the next day, Ricky Tiki's like, well, I might as well kill the other cobra too, since I'm 2-0, but seeing as how she's going to be upset anyway. Okay, so he goes and destroys all of her eggs except for one. Nagaina threatens Teddy, the little boy, and Ricky Tiki tricks her away from the boy by taking that one egg hostage. They fight, but Nagaina manages to snatch up the egg and escape to her den, okay? This is like the uh-oh moment. We don't know what's going to happen, but we do. We do know that. Ricky Tiki follows the cobra into her den where there's presumably an epic battle we don't get to read about. This is like the suspense part. The climax, you know, what's going to happen, we don't know. And he emerges from the den victorious. So this is the falling action. And from that day on, he serves as protector of the garden. I know that was really fast, guys. Okay, so these are some of the terms that we should know, or that we're going to know in this presentation. You guys remember Freytag's pyramid? Ms. Washington's been over that with you guys. The exposition, it's like the setting and the situation in the beginning. And you have the rising action, and then the climax at the very top, and then the falling action, and then the resolution. And then conflict, inner and external. Do you remember the umbrella thing that she told you guys about? If the conflict is under the umbrella, it's inside. If it's in the person, it's inside. And if it's outside of the person, it's external. So under the umbrella, you're not going to get wet. Outside the umbrella. Does that make sense? Okay. And within conflict, we have 3 different kinds. So inner conflict is going to be man versus himself. Okay, he's struggling with something internally. Maybe this morning you woke up and you're like, I don't know what to wear today. And that's just really hard. Sometimes that's really hard for me. You have no idea what you want to wear. You have no idea what you want for breakfast. That's an inner conflict. Man versus self. And then we have 2 kinds of external conflict. Man versus man. In this story, these aren't really men fighting, they're animals, but it's the same kind of idea. It's the cobra versus the mongoose, Ricky Tiki versus Nag. And then you have man versus nature. Can anyone give me an example of man versus nature in the story? Yeah.
He was swept away by the flood.
Good. Okay. So, yeah, that's a great example. Good job. Okay. Here we go with our exposition. Alright, the setting is a bungalow and garden in India. They all should be writing this down. Okay, in our situation, what's going on in the beginning? Ricky Tiki's been washed up and this British family has taken him in. They're caring for him. Guys, I know it's really small. I'm sorry. It's my writing. It's just a lot to put in there. Does anyone need to move up closer? Nobody? We got that 20/20 vision in here. Oh. When I was in school, people would wear glasses just to be cool. I don't know if that's still a thing. Yeah. Alright. Everybody got the exposition? Okay. So we're gonna go up. Oh, nope. We got a little note here. You guys know what a protagonist and an antagonist is? You guys are awesome. What's a protagonist?
The, good main character.
Good. Not necessarily a good guy, but he's the guy that, well, it's the main character most of the time.
The one you're rooting for?
Huh?
The person who saves the day?
Right. Okay, an antagonist is in opposition to our main character, okay? Well, let me kind of talk about that for a second, because I don't know. I guess the protagonist in most stories is the good guy. It's the guy you want to win. In this story it definitely is, but sometimes a protagonist is just the main character, the point of view that you're getting. And the antagonist is going to be who does not agree with that point of view. Does that make sense? So most of the time it is the good guy. It's the mongoose in this story. I'm trying to think of another example. Superman, yeah, it's a good protagonist. Okay, so who's our protagonist in the story? I just said it. Mongoose. And who's the antagonist? The cobras and the Karid. Yeah, okay. So you got a space on your sheet to write that in. Protagonist, Ricky Tikki Tavi versus, I'm just going to put cobras because that's who the real issue is with. And then you can put Karid on there too. Good? Okay, rising action. So these are events that are leading up to the climax. Suspense is building, okay? Event number 1, Ricky Tikki goes to explore the garden and meets Darzy, the Taylor bird, who is mourning his baby bird's death at the hands, well, the teeth, of Nag, the cobra. Okay, so something's happened. It's kind of building the suspense for what's going to happen, the big thing that's going to happen in the middle. Suddenly, Ricky Tikki Tavi encounters Nag and Nagaina attempting another surprise attack in the garden. The snakes realize they have failed and slithered away. So they didn't anticipate Ricky Tikki Tavi to be there. They've probably, well, knowing from their actions, they've maybe never even encountered a mongoose before. Okay, so they're coming in to do their thing like they've always done. And all of a sudden there's this furry creature there that's going to stop them. So there's event 1. So in our space, write small because there's actually a 4th event that I added on there that we can add under the, we'll go ahead and write this one right here. 1. Sees Darzy's dead baby. And cobras try to attack. Is there any questions? Yeah.
Is Darzy a boy or a girl?
Well, there's Darzy and Darzy's wife. So I think Darzy is the main one. I've probably been preferring it to a she because Darzy's wife's in here too. But Darzy, the main one, is a boy. Sorry. You good? Okay. The next thing to happen for rising action, Ricky Tikki goes to play with Teddy, and Teddy comes too close to Karid, a poisonous snake, and Ricky Tikki must fight him. The poisonous snake is killed by the mongoose. Okay, so on our second thing to happen, we're going to say Ricky Tikki Tavi kills Karid. You guys have any questions? Okay. We good? Alright. Meanwhile, Nag and Nagaina have planned a secret attack for that night on the British family without considering Ricky Tikki Tavi being there, okay? They think this guy's nothing. He's an underdog, he doesn't matter. Okay, action number 3. Ricky Tikki kills Nag in the bathroom during the Cobra's surprise attack, which angers Nagaina, and she has decided to still attack the family on her own. Okay, so writing this in. So Ricky Tikki Tavi kills Nag, and Nagaina is angry. The fact that she's angry is really important to what we're building up to. If she just got sad and decided she was going to pack up all her eggs and move to Wisconsin or something, we wouldn't even have a climax, would we? We need her to be angry. We need some frustration there. We good? If anyone needs more time to write, just say, okay. Okay, number 4. Ricky Tikki finds Nagaina's eggs and crushes them, though he keeps one to lure her. He knows what's going to happen. He knows that she's going to come after him. He's able to distract her with the egg and saves the family from her attack. It's that bathroom scene, I'm pretty sure, when he gets, I didn't put this in there, but he actually uses Darcy's help, excuse me, to get her away from the family. Okay, so what are we going to write here? Ricky Tikki Tavi, this is 4. Distracts Nagaina and lures her away from the family. Good? Yeah. Alright. Okay, here's the big moment. Ricky Tikki and Nagaina fight. In a lot of animals, the female is the bigger one. So I don't know if Rudyard Kipling had this in his mind when he was doing it, when he was writing the story, but this is the big moment. Ricky Tikki follows Nagaina into her burrow, and the other characters fear that he will not return alive, okay? This is the point where Darcy sings his sad song and thinks that Ricky Tikki's dead. He's not useful for much else, so he's just gonna sing. Okay, climax. Ricky Tikki Tavi and Nagaina duke it out. Don't write that. Just write that. He follows her into the burrow. And everyone thinks he is dead. Have you guys ever seen Lord of the Rings? Anybody? 1 or 2? You know the part where Gandalf falls down into the thing after I can't think of his name, but it's like the demon Satan thing. After he's like, you shall not pass, and he puts the thing down and it whips him. It's kind of like the same thing. We think he's dead. It's like, so that would be whenever Frodo would sing his sad song, because he thinks he's dead. So get that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just standing in the way. Tell me to move. We good to move on? Yes. See? Okay, let's pause. What types of conflict have we seen so far? Okay, type 1, internal conflict, occurs inside the umbrella. Ricky Tiki's confidence in his ability to fight. What kind of conflict is this? Man versus man, man versus nature, man versus self. Man versus self? Is that what we think it is? Okay. Oh, that's not good. Come out. It's okay. Okay. Type number 2 is the external conflict outside of the umbrella, outside of the person. Ricky Tiki getting washed away in the flood. What kind of conflict is this? Man versus nature. Ricky Tiki fights with the cobras. What kind of conflict is this? Man, you guys are too good. Should have made this harder.
Remember that.
Okay, now we're going down the pyramid / mountain. Falling action. These are the events happening as a result of the climax, and we know the ending is coming soon, okay? The big moment's over. This is kind of where the author's trying to make sense of what happened and get to the resolution. We're trying to get to the end there. Event number 1, Darcy thinks Ricky Tiki is killed and sings his death song. Okay. Darcy sings. Huh? No, there's only 3. We good? Okay. Event number 2. He's alive. He lives. Now Guyana has been killed. She's dead. Wah, wah, wah. It is a good thing. It is a good thing. Bad for her though. We good? Number 3. Darcy and the other animals sing Ricky Tiki's praises for saving them. And that's supposed to say everyone, but it says every O is grateful to him. Sorry, guys. Every Cheerio. Okay. Everyone is happy. Okay. Resolution. This is when the character's main problem is solved. Everything's over. Ricky Tiki is the hero to everyone. He will stay in the garden and keep it safe. as we're finishing up that last part, what are some of the themes in this story? You guys know what a theme is? Like a lesson it teaches you? What is it? Let's raise our hands. Yeah. Go, I'll tell you, go ahead.
To always help people.
Okay.
That the underdog can come out winning.
Good. Never underestimate an underdog. Anybody else? What quality does Ricky Tikki Tavi have? What makes him able to do all these things?
Bravery.
Bravery. Good job. Courage, bravery. He knew he could kill the cobras if he tried, so he did. He was successful. Oh, you guys can kind of see him up there, can't you? Major themes. Okay, courage. Never underestimate an underdog. You guys got those. This is also kind of a coming of age story. Do you guys know what that is? Coming of age. Does anyone not know what a coming of age is? You guys don't know? Okay. Coming of age is like something you do to prove yourself in the world. I don't want to get too deep into that, but okay, like a lot of the Native American tribes, whenever the men would reach a certain age, well, they'd be boys at this point. They would have to do something like kill a bear, or it was a rite of passage. They had to do something to prove that they could be men. So this is like a coming of age story. The mongoose is proving himself in the world, okay? At the beginning we see Ricky Tikki. He's not very confident. When he encounters Karid, he's very nervous and scared, and we see kind of his point of view where he's like, where do I bite him at? Like, I'm trying to remember what I learned. And he succeeds, and then by killing the cobras, he really is just another predator out there. He's transferred over into the world. Does that make sense? Coming of age. And then good versus evil. Got the good guy and the bad guy. All right. Oh, did we write those themes down? I did. We did. Okay, let's go back. Okay, courage. Never. You guys got these written down? Okay. Well, we're going to practice, since we have some extra time, our types of conflict. I'm just going to read them off to you. You guys can shout out what you think they are. Okay, don't pack up yet. Just listen, okay? I'll leave that. Anybody needs information on that. Sorry.
There's still 2 more things on this.
Do you want to read the page?
Pages.
Conflict. Oh, she had genre and pages on here, right?
No. We just, yeah, no.
Some of you had it, some of you didn't. We filled out all I needed you to fill out. Okay? Some of the copies were a little different. Okay. I'm going to read an example, and I want you guys to tell me if it's internal conflict, external conflict, or both. Okay? Ready? Jim and Mac disagreed about where they should take the dog they found. Internal or external? External. What kind of conflict is it? Good job. Carly struggled to walk through the hot, blowing sand. Internal? External. Okay. Why is it external conflict? Do you have a question? Oh, you just want to tell the answer? Let's do raise our hands in case, okay? Because we may have some different answers. Sarah couldn't decide what to do that night. Should she study or should she go out?
Man versus self.
Man versus self, what kind of conflict is it? Internal, okay. In the high winds, the crew was barely able to keep the ship from tilting sideways.
External.
External, what kind of conflict is it?
Man versus nature.
Man versus nature. Hector thought, why did I ever agree to be in this play? I'll never have the nerve to act in front of an audience. Somebody, you guys know? Internal or external? Okay, it's inside. He's thinking this to himself. So it's, what kind of conflict? Internal, okay. And is it man versus man versus self, or man versus nature? Man versus self, good job. After Mary Ann's brother had teased her about being afraid, she had decided to climb the cliff. Now she stood at the foot of the cliff, wishing she could figure out a way to back out. Is it internal, external, or both?
Both.
Okay, why is it both?
Because, she's facing her brother, and then when she climbs the mountain, she's scared, and it's kind of like the inside, so it's internal.
Okay, so we've got a man versus man conflict here between Mary Ann and her brother. We've got a man versus self conflict here between Mary Ann and herself. She doesn't want to do it. Okay. Was anyone unclear on that one? No. Kim knew that the whole class was angry with her for reminding the teacher about the assignment. At the time, she thought she was doing the right thing. Now she wasn't sure. It's tricky. Yeah.
Both?
Okay. It is both. Okay. What kind? Okay. Everyone's angry at her for reminding the teacher. So that's
Man versus external.
external, and it's man versus man, her court said. And then
It's herself because she's kind of,
she's like, why did I do that? Oh, I didn't want to do that homework. Okay. The snarling dog placed himself between his master and the angry stranger. Internal, external. What was that? Just go for it. You were right. External? Okay. Why? What kind of conflict is it? Man versus man. Remember, it's not just a man. It's any kind of character that we're talking about. Okay. Anything that breathes. It could be a plant, even though it's part of nature. But if the plant is facing some kind of conflict, it could still be man versus man. Right? Trippy, huh? You guys don't think I'm as funny as I think I am. Okay, all the way home, Jeffrey felt angry with himself. Why couldn't he open his mouth at a party? Why was he always so shy?
internal.
Internal conflict. Yes.
Man versus self.
Man versus self. Good job. He's thinking this to himself. One person inside him. He's not voicing this to anyone else. Okay. Okay, last one. Violet wanted her friends to let the new girl join the club, but no one else agreed. Violet felt bad for the new girl, but she didn't know what to do about the problem.
Internal? Both.
I think it is both. She wanted her friends to let the new girl join the club, so that's inside, but no one else agreed. That would be a man versus man right there, I'm pretty sure, because she's not in agreement with other people. She felt bad for the new girl, but she didn't know what to do about the problem, so that would be internal, man versus self. Okay, you guys, we have whizzed through this. Is there any questions? You guys are just awesome. Right. Okay.
At this point, I don't know if we're gonna have time or not, but did any of you all finish that test that was on Mion?
No.
I think it started.
I did.
I
I got to like, I got to like the 30th.
Okay, if you did not finish it, you have a few minutes, and then we might take a few minutes tomorrow. The rest of you who did finish can either get on Mion and do some reading, or you can read your own library book for the last couple minutes of class.
It takes like 45
She said
minutes.
it,
Yeah.
She said it doesn't save either, so if you have a couple minutes, then we
Did
won't
you
be
log
able
out?